Hey guys, it's Vince with CG Vinyl Studio, a little after 5 a.m. and we got the P7000 fired up, and today we are printing functional graphics. Now, this is something you really don't hear a lot about, but I'm going to tell you right now, these will make you a lot of money. And functional graphics simply mean something that is educating someone, shortcuts for someone, signs. Those are functional graphics, excuse me, and those are where, again, a lot of money really can be made very easily. Right now I'm printing machining charts. These are conversion charts. Nothing really to them other than the fact that they have to look professional, be presented in a professional format where they are laminated correctly, and you're basically guaranteed to make money with these. And again, this is just one avenue with graphics, but I tell you guys all the same thing. This is pretty much endless in what ideas you come up with to sell. If it can be put on paper, it can be put on vinyl, and you will certainly make money with it if someone has a use for it. You can see these coming out right now, and these are being printed on our standard glossy, and you're set to go with these. The question is, and we get this a lot, you know, what functional graphics sell? Well guys, you have to do your own homework. You have to look at the market you're in. There is going to be work on your part. No business is hands-off in the beginning. All these gurus online, I guess you could call them, that claim that, you know, passive income this, passive income that, that term is used extremely loosely. You do not achieve passive income until the base model is set and things get easier, and therefore that's how you actually achieve that passive income. Graphics don't actually ever become truly passive, other than the fact that you'll have the files all saved, you'll hit print when you load your vinyl, and that's about the extent of the work after doing manual lamination, if you're doing manual lamination. If you're not doing manual lamination, then it'll be even easier than that if you're using an automatic laminator, if that's the route you want to go. Again, you can see that gloss on the vinyl. Now, what you really have to do is allocate time for research on what market you want to get into and what market will make you successful. If you have knowledge about an area, I highly recommend you staying with that area. And when I say knowledge, I mean real knowledge, not YouTube knowledge. And I think that's where a lot of end users go wrong. YouTube is good for a resource to learn different things. The problem is you don't know the background of who you're learning from. It's like learning from a forum and hoping that you're getting the right information. If the guy is doing it in front of you and showing you piece by piece, like we do with videos, it's kind of hard to lie about that. But when you're watching videos so many times, there's a lot of editing going on, there's a lot of things going on, and you know, content is really easy to come by in post, but finding actual professionals in the field, that's tough to find under most circumstances. So keep that in mind. Keep in mind that you really want to stay with an area that you've done either something your whole life, something you've mastered, or an area that just interests you. You can certainly have fun with this. You just want to make sure that you're really understanding what you're getting involved with. And with graphics, it's just a question, once again, of what your clients want. If they want, you know, a specific graphic and you can produce it, you're certainly going to make money. And again, using the proper substrate, we can certainly help you pick the correct one, but it's going to be up to you on how you formulate a process, as we have over the years, to master lamination and that finalization. The presentation of the product, the shipping of the product, all of this comes into play. And then after all those steps have been reached, that's when you basically achieve the closest thing you'll ever do to passive income. So I'm going to wait for this to finish, and then we'll go over and show you just before we do lamination, go through the whole process so you can see these from beginning to end. Stay tuned. Okay guys, we've got it now unloaded from the printer, and you can see this is a large sheet. This is probably the largest sheets, or at least one of the largest sheets we've laminated on camera. Again, this is our glossy vinyl. Full functional graphics, charts came out great. Same process, left straight edge, right straight edge, one across the top. And this sheet, you don't have to do too much with larger sheets, mainly because the weight of them, and this one actually just came off the roll, and I mean a fresh roll, so it's much flatter, and you can see exactly what we've got here. So we won't waste any time. We'll go over and knock out lamination, and I'll show you the finished product. Okay guys, this is fully laminated now. Everything here came out fantastic. Let me get over here. My big buffoon arm gets in the way, and you guys can see we got some beautiful stirred charts along with our fraction decimal millimeter chart, and these came out gorgeous. So working with this material, you see water right there, it just takes practice. Now this is a large sheet. How big was this?
22 by 24.
22 by 24. You heard it here the first time she spoke on camera. And these sheets really do take the most skill. I'm telling you right now, a lot of guys have asked us, you know, in your videos, you never do larger sheets. And that's why, because when you start doing larger sheets, you have to have the entire process virtually perfect, because we want to make sure the laminator has even pressure all the way across. And you can see right here, we don't even have traction lines. This is perfect. You get lucky every now and then, and you can see this vinyl came out silky smooth. Everything here looks great, and the big thing is any water naturally just wipe off. We're not trying to do anything. We just get all the moisture off of here, and it's silky smooth. Again, it did just come off the roll, and the flatter your vinyl is, the easier it is to work with. So taping it down is just like icing on the cake, and you can see what we've got here. And the big thing to keep in mind as well, naturally larger graphics like this certainly cost more, along with the discussion that I was having earlier about functional graphics. These always cost more because people need to have the equipment to produce these. The reason I actually came up with these charts was because a lot of my machinist clients always need to refer back and have something to cross-reference to, but the typical charts that were on the market did not stick to anything. This makes it all too easy for them to apply it to wherever they need it. So again, that's the logic behind it. We're going to go over to the cutter now and finish these up, show you what they look like. Okay guys, we are now loaded up in the Summa. Joanna's doing the final touch on the print head as far as alignment to our registration marks. Just moving our roll over. There we go. It's really nice to work with a larger sheet so you guys can really see that gloss finish. We always get asked about that, how different it looks on camera, because it really does look like wet paint. There we go. About the easiest cut you'll ever see. That was very unique to see on camera, where it actually measured the distance to the back. It's the only cutter I've ever seen do that. So once again, seeing it on camera, I've said this is a very unique cutter. You get what you pay for. And Joanna's going to do some final trimming, and then we'll weed one and show you exactly what we got. All right guys, we've trimmed the edges. Joanna worked her magic as usual, and she's going to weed this in one sheet. And I just want to clarify again how much money this is as far as printing and doing everything. That literally took about 20 minutes. This is a $75 sheet, okay? And one thing extremely unique to this business, and I'm going to clarify this over and over again, is that your labor really never changes. So if you print a sheet this size, it's 20 minutes. If you print a sheet smaller with more decals that are individual, it'll take you about 20 minutes. It's probably the only business model I've ever seen that's like that. Your actual labor time does not change. It's what you can fit on your sheet and basically produce. You can see how she's just weeding it real carefully, and this will come right off. And then she just runs her cutter right through so she can supply these to her clients, and everybody's good. Done. And there you go, guys. Ready to go. Just that fast. $75 in 20 minutes. So guys, keep the questions coming. Keep thinking. Keep looking at these videos and asking yourself, you know, is there anything out there you've seen like this? Because this is all technology that's really kind of dated. Printers have been out forever. I mean, there's nothing here that's magical other than the fact that cutters have taken a great leap forward in accuracy. Once again, you don't need to buy a Summa to get the results needed to actually make money with this as a side hustle or a full-fledged business, depending upon how far you take it. Years ago, a couple years ago actually, I never thought it'd go this far for us, and I'm so glad I bought my equipment, because rarely does it shut off, and when it does, it's usually because we're too busy in other areas. So just letting you guys know to stay in touch. Let us know what you think. Once again, you contact Joanna and I, and we can put together a package based on your applications and needs. Thank you for your support. Take care.